While this year the public may not be able to walk into a floral-scented library to enjoy Needham's Art in Bloom, it's still possible to view the beautiful and creative designs inspired by incredible high school student artwork. You can go to needhamartandbloom.com to view a video of the floral interpretations and the pieces of student art. The website also includes a look back at previous Art in Blooms, interviews with student artists, and a floral design demonstration. Here's a look at this year's virtual Needham Art in Bloom, sponsored by Roach Brothers.
It's basically an interpretation of the artwork, but it's really personal. It's like, what do you see in the artwork? What does it say to you? So it's not necessarily exactly what the artwork is, reproducing it. It's really an interpretation and what spoke to you about the art.
It's just really cool to be able to see how someone else could take something that I've made and kind of run with it and turn it into another piece of art. This piece that I submitted this year, I wanted to focus on a theme of female empowerment. I was looking into my family roots, so I ended up going back to ancient Rome because I'm Italian, and I was really interested in the powerful female figures of the Roman goddesses. This piece was based on how they were able to influence and support and empower the women who lived during that time. And then for this piece specifically, I focused on marriage. So we have the goddess of marriage supporting a bride down the aisle to get married.
There were 20 students who submitted their artwork. These are Needham High School students through the art department. The first slide is the student work and the arrangement next to each other. The second slide is the interpretation of the student's artwork by the Garden Club member. That slide will have a quote from the arranger about why they selected that student artwork, why they selected those flowers, why they selected that container, something that connects them to the arrangement that they did, and then the plant materials that they used.
Lynn's done a beautiful job having this flow. It's almost Zen, and she has some beautiful music in the background. It was nice to see what people came up with.
One advantage that I liked was that on the video, there was a section where the person who made the floral arrangement got to say what they were thinking while they were making the piece and what they did to put it together. And I really liked that because when I go to see it in person, I'm more looking at what's there. I don't really get to see everything that went into it. I really like how the person who made it structured it kind of similar to how I had the columns in my piece. There were separate little vases going down in towards the center. And then the purple flowers were really beautiful, and it just really matched the color scheme of what I had really well.
I'm a new grandmother, so I picked something that had to do with a children's story. The title of the work was Itsy Bitsy Spider, so that appealed to me. You usually have to worry about things like scale, how big is the artwork, what kind of art is it? Is it three-dimensional? Is it two-dimensional? But when it goes digital, it's all two-dimensional and the parameters of scale are gone. So that was kind of the good news and the bad news. I didn't have to worry about how big the Itsy Bitsy Spider picture was. I just had to worry about how I wanted to interpret it. And the next thing you usually do is think about containers and the concept and the way the artwork was framed. The spider is actually kind of falling out of the sky, out of a drain pipe. So I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to put it in a container and try and evoke it. I actually wanted the spider to be hanging while he's falling out of the sky into a whole background of ice melting. So it was also tied into global warming and there being way more water than the spider could handle.
Art in Bloom is looked forward to by so many people every spring, and it's such a disappointment that, it isn't live for people to see this year. So I'm sure that many people will be curious and looking forward to seeing it virtually anyway.
Hopefully people will still have that nice feeling of spring and, just the connection with the artwork and people being inspired.